I think my first symptoms, I was having cramping in my right side. Just was constant. It wouldn't go away. When I went into the urgent care, they did a CT scan. That's when they told me that I had appendicitis. Going from appendicitis straight to this is cancer was a huge shock. I didn't even know there was appendix cancer. Started getting constipated, and that was a red flag for me as well. I was pregnant 5 months before my cancer journey started, and I think a lot of that I was still just blaming on, I just had a baby, it's probably postpartum. And I did just spend a lot of time in the emergency room with my daughter that I just had because she was born with a rare eye condition. I just didn't have this time for myself. It was making sure my daughter was okay. It was making sure, that she was good and I wasn't worried about me. Then when I did finally, say, okay, there is something going on and there's something wrong here, they, removed my appendix. I still thought I was fine. They never mentioned cancer to me. They never said those words at all. 8 days later from my appendix surgery, I was at the Great Wolf Lodge with my family, my husband and kiddos and a big group of our friends. And when I called him back, that's when he, told me they didn't know how far it had spread. They didn't know how bad it could be. They just told me, you need to go see a specialist, like right now. And they told me that I had an adenocarcinoma with mucinous features. It was hard because I was surrounded and in the middle of the Great Wolf Lodge when I got this news that changed my life when I'm supposed to be, having fun. And it really, really just flipped my world upside down. My husband, I remember it perfectly, him being in the lobby with my daughter buying her a toy. I was standing outside and they called and I made eye contact with him and he knew. He knew at that point. And we went to the car. Our kiddos stayed with the friends and me and my husband went to the car and we cried for a while. And I called my mom and just called the people, obviously, that mean the most to me, and shared the news with them as well because I have a huge, huge support in all of this. That has been a lifesaver for me, for sure. I just think it's so important to just go in. I would just wish I would have went in sooner. Just go in if you think something's wrong. I didn't prioritize myself, and look at me now. But, I'm here because I want to help people. I want to bring awareness to cancer and this is rare. So this is all treated as a colon cancer regimen. It doesn't have its own treatment. Once I got the call and got the diagnosis of this cancer, I immediately was sent to an oncologist. I immediately got in, it was 28 days later, to see appendix cancer specialist. I'd started doing research. I found this page on Facebook, actually, that I think is super important and has been a huge help in my journey through this. It's an appendix cancer page, PMP. I have found a lot of people in there and connected with people in that, and it's helped me learn more about my diagnosis and what it means exactly. I had a HIPEC surgery. I had a cytoreductive surgery and a right hemicolectomy. They say it's called mother of all surgeries because it was extremely hard and difficult, but it's helped save me, and I would do it again and again if I had to. I think preparing for that surgery, I was spending every minute I could with my kids. I was spending it with, the people that mean the most to me. I even got to go on an ice fishing trip before my surgery because my husband and I, we love ice fishing. I'm an ice fisher girl. That was, you know, a super healing just place for me to be in the mountains. I was on an operating table for 8 hours and they removed multiple places where my cancer had spread. My liver, one of my, not my whole liver, but parts of my liver, one of my ovaries. This cancer is like a mucinous cancer, so it goes around and attaches to all kinds of things. I didn't have the realization of how bad it really was until I woke up from surgery. It's just the people that I have in my life that have helped me get here. And God. Definitely God. I just want to reiterate though too just how important my daughters are and my husband, and I'm doing this for them and me and others, but they've really just made me strong and pushed me to do this. The recovery from this journey was, or this surgery was very hard. I couldn't go up and down the stairs without running out of breath. Couldn't hold my kiddos for, 6 weeks, 8 weeks almost. I couldn't carry anything. Couldn't eat for 12 days. Just from the chemotherapy that they, wash your belly with. It affects every part of you. So it was extremely hard, but I did it. And it's made me so strong. I mean, and it's amazing, looking back now at it because I am just so strong now. I am able to do things that I wasn't able to do 2 years ago. It's helped me. And even as hard as it was worth it. So immediately I began starting the FOLFOX treatment. They wanted me to do 12 rounds, 6 months, and every other week for those 6 months. This was nothing I ever expected or even knew was a thing. That you can go home with chemo. Like, that is just wild to me, and I just think that is crazy. But coming home with the chemo and having to do that around my children and them being exposed, to how hard and bad this is. It was hard, the nausea, the fatigue. You feel like you can't do anything. You don't want to do anything. But I did. I went to chemo, or I had chemo on. I would go to my daughter's Christmas concerts, go out and take them to the park. I'd do anything with my chemo on because I wasn't going to let it take that time away from me, even though I'm feeling crappy and maybe I didn't want to get out of bed that day. I did. And I think I wanted to be normal, right? I wanted to pretend like maybe this wasn't happening to me, even though it was. I was in a dark place, like still in my chemo treatments. And if it does come back, I'll have the people, that I have with me, my daughters, my husband, and it will be okay. I think this waiting stage has been the hardest. Just emotionally, right? It's hard. Every day I wake up and I'm thankful. I've built this amazing relationship with God. And I just feel like, it's helped me see who I am. It's made me look at the bigger picture. This is my story, but this could help someone else that is struggling. Finally, just sharing my true self and, my journey through my TikTok account and things, it's helped me a ton. It's just me being me and telling things I've been through, videos for my daughter to have. It's so much bigger than just a a TikTok page for me, right? I want to help other people that are going through chemo. You know, I'm sharing videos of how I put cream on my port and how I cover it so I can still wear my clothes and it not get on my clothes. Doesn't hurt when I get poked. Simple things that have helped me, and sharing deeper parts of me and hoping that it can help someone else. I mean, I am extremely proud of the woman I am today. I'm so proud of the woman I was back then too. But this woman is here to help. I want to build people up. I want to talk about the hard things. I want to say things that are hard to say because you don't always have, you know, the opportunity to, and cancer has given me that opportunity